All right. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad you're on. I'm Amber Banquist. This is our Tuesday evening Zoom. We have different leaders every Tuesday night, and I'm so excited. Blair is she's amazing, y'all. She's like this little firecracker. She's my little fun-sized friend, and she is like, don't let her size fool you. She is tiny but mighty and she has such a great story. Now, Blair, we've kind of gone through your story before, and I know you're like, one of these days I'm not gonna cry. But honestly, the emotion, like what I don't, do you remember at Elevate when she called on me and I'm literally trying to fight back tears just speaking about what Jason had just said. So I'm like, the raw and the emotion that we have here is what continues to fuel us and push us and want more for others and grow our business and all the things. So don't ever think that you can't be a good leader because you cry when you tell your story. That's kind of what makes a good leader anyway. But okay. Um, but give us the short, simple, sweet recap of your story.
Okay.
And then we're going to get into the nitty gritty of how, like, I told her, I said, I need her to tell people how is she getting the customers? Like from the minute she makes a friend on Facebook, what are you doing? Right? Like people need from A to Z. We're filling it in tonight. So, all right. Um, Blair, go ahead, take it away. Tell us your little short recap of who you are and how you got here.
Okay. 1 second. New customer alert. Okay. I have to. Okay.
See?
All right. See. Okay. So, hi. I'm Blair. I'm from Leland, North Carolina, and so the reason I was with Thrive before, and I just kind of had to. I never really truly wanted to step away. I had to step away to get my life and my family and things like I'm a recovering addict. I had relapsed back in the day, and I had to just step away and really focus on getting my life back together, getting things back together. And every single morning, oh man, I miss him. Whenever I did this, my husband would look at me and he'd just be like, "Why did you do that?" Like, because we missed our thrive so much, right? So we were thrivers through and through. But once I finally got things back together, then I started getting in my head thinking like, okay, I couldn't do this, whatever, right? But then the GLP line dropped. I was way overweight. I had gained I bigger than I was whenever I went into the hospital to have my daughter. And a friend of mine was here, still here, and she kept trying, telling me about it, and I was really just, I had tried so many things before. So I was letting the enemy take over my mind and just like, that'll never work. You're never going to do it. Do you know how that goes? First and foremost, you guys, don't let the enemy win, because I say it now all the time. Um, it makes me sick to think about where I would be now had I let that happen and the enemy win over my mind, and like where I'd be at now. So basically, I became a single mother overnight. My husband is serving some time for something that happened now almost 6 years ago, before we were in recovery and getting our lives together, things like that. They were putting his case off for many, many years, and I guess once we started getting things together, it was just his time to go and do his time. Mind you, I was a stay-at-home mom, housewife, who also does not drive. So I really feel like the Lord knew exactly what he was doing when this opportunity was placed back in front of me, and I started feeling that tug on my heart again to come back. So I ordered the My GLP line. Within the first week, I was like, this is it. Like, I had had so many conversations with people and just knew right then the way it was helping me that I could help so many others with that. Not I mean, I already knew how good the classic was, but in my certain, like this certain situation, I knew I could help people with this line. Um, so yeah, that's where we are. I was stay at home mom, housewife, no income, no driver's license, living off of his, his money that he has his own construction business and things, and we were doing well. I did not realize at the time that he was going to get taken from us so far down the road. And this has been the vehicle that has, like, not just saved, I know I can't say it saved my mental health, but in a way, so it saved me physically, but then it has also turned around, and I just say it's the gift that has kept on giving. He bought it for me for an early birthday present, and it has literally kept on giving. So that's how we got back here. Do you want me to go right in to?
Yeah. So, okay. So when you came back,
Mm-hmm.
my GLP was doing its thing,
Yes, it was.
and had cab already a thing?
Yes,
Okay.
cab was
So
cab was supposed to be at that time just through the summer,
Okay.
and they ended.
So that's when the company launched our customer acquisitions bonus. When you hear us talking about CAB, if you don't know what that is, drop it in the chat. We're going to make sure you do. But customer acquisitions, this is a bonus that is now a permanent part of our comp plan. This is for every customer that orders a minimum of $150, that counts for your CAB qualifications. Five cab customers gets you $250 in credits. 10 cab customers gets you $500 bonus on Bonus Tuesday. Now, like cash money. And every 10 customers after that gets you another $500 bonus. When you hit 50 cab, you get not only the 500 for every 10 increments up to that point, you then get a $1,000 bonus for every 10. Now, Blair, what's your cab count right now?
It's at 40.
Okay. Her cab count is at 40.
It's at
And
40.
then she's like, "Do you think I should go for 50?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, you should go for whatever you can go for." Yeah. But so I have to preface this because she will call me and she will say, or she'll voice memo me and she will say, "I'm at cap 30." And this was I think it was last month. I'm at cap 30. I think I can do 40. I'm gonna do 40. I think 5 minutes later, she was like, I hit cap 40. I mean, it was a few days, but my husband goes, didn't she just message you and say, I don't know if I can do 40? And then this month, like I feel like you hit 30 way faster than last month. And then it was like, oh, here's 40. And then yeah. So and she's really running after PPA, securing the getaway. She hit 12K for the first time last month. She's already surpassed it, oh, like a week ago this month. And a lot of that is in customer orders.
Yeah.
She's working on growing the promoter side of her team, but for right now, she's crushing it on the customer side. Now the thing is, Blair, yes, go ahead and just tell us how you started running for cab, what you did, what pushed you, because so like I titled this, hold on. Um, I said it's never too late to set big goals and accomplish them. Because I feel like that really describes everything with you in this journey the last 6 months. Um, because what Blair didn't mention, or at least I don't think she did, her sponsor and friend left the company and she said, I'm not leaving, I'm not going, I'm here, like this is where I need to be, and I'm running after all of this. And she said, this is where God has had desired this for our family. So I said, I'm here for you. All right. So here we are. Oh, these dogs have snuck in. Anyway, okay. So yes, just tell us, cab, you're like, I'm getting it, I'm running captain, and then how, what are you doing specifically to find the customers, to get the referrals, to keep the people ordering?
Okay. So, first and foremost, I am showing up on social media as a human, always, always human first. Whenever I am in like in my socials. I'm bigger on Facebook. I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. I'm getting there. I'm gonna figure it out. And when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. But it just ain't my jam just yet. But on Facebook, so I'm always showing up as human first. Whenever I am on my socials, like adding people, or if I see somebody that I've been looking at them and reading their posts and things like that, and I'm like, this person can really benefit from Thrive. I absolutely do not message them and say, hey, I have something that can benefit you, that could help you. I start building a relationship with that person on socials and in behind the scenes in the DMs, like, hey, just checking on you, I saw your post, I'm really sorry that happened, you're in my prayers, things like that. First and foremost, always number one, I'm a human. I am not just trying to sell somebody something, and that I will always stand by that. These people are not just numbers to me. These people are souls and hearts, and I help try to care for them. Um, but so I'm always adding. Birthday messages are a non-negotiable. I do the birthday messages. I go in and I do voice clips. Hey, I just wanted to pop in here and tell you happy birthday. Do you have any special plans for your special day? What that does is it doesn't only send a birthday message, but it also asks these people a question where most of them are they feel inclined to answer back. And when they start to answer back, then Facebook is connecting that you guys want to have conversations, and boom, they're popped into your algorithm. So birthday messages is a must. I'm always like adding new people. So as far as adding new people, that was something I was struggling with from the get-go. I struggle with groups. I struggle with finding a group that I'm like feel good and comfortable in. But I don't know if you guys realize this or not. When you go in and you do your birthday messages and then you go back to your Facebook page, do you not notice how everybody, it seems like in that feed, is wishing someone a happy birthday, whether it be their grandchild or their sister? Like, that is the absolute easiest way to interact and connect, and maybe maybe whoever they're wishing a happy birthday to, if they're a sister or a cousin or a brother-in-law or a sister-in-law, add them into your network. You got to be growing this network constantly. But after I do my happy birthday messages, I feel like my Facebook feed is full of birthday stuff. And I feel like if you're someone who struggles on how to be like leave those genuine like comments, that is the easiest way to comment. Oh my gosh, happy birthday. Like, so easy. Like, how easy can you get, right? So I feel like that has really helped me a lot by making those birthday messages first and like non-negotiable. Let's see. So as far as hitting my cap goals, my customers who order, the minute that they're ordering, we're chatting, we're getting the products, they're on the way, we stay in contact. As soon as their products arrived, I'm walking them through how to take the products that very next day. Okay, now let's just say it's a my GLP order. We all know people are not going to see physical results within that first, I mean, I don't know, 3 days, week, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 weeks, right? But they are noticing the energy. They're noticing the sleep. They're noticing the focus and the appetite control. So when I'm setting these people up to order from the beginning, I'm asking these questions. How is your energy now throughout the day? How are you sleeping now? Like, how do you notice that your appetite? Are you craving sweets and carbs? Are you constantly feeling like you're hungry? I'm asking these questions for a reason, because these questions are going into notes under this person's name. So that way, whenever they get their products within 3 days, we already are going to have a post for them. Even if they're not having physical results, I'm saying, hey, how's it going? How are you feeling? oh my gosh, my energy is up. I'm not crashing out at 2:30 in the afternoon. I notice I'm not grabbing for the cookies and the bread and things like that. Now, every now and then I do get that person that seems to think that they're not feeling or noticing anything different, and that's when these notes really come into play. Um, I don't know. I don't really think I'm noticing anything yet. And I'm like, okay, when do you feel like you're crashing now? Oh, well, I feel like my energy is good. Okay, well, I have it in your words right here. I don't say this to them, right? But we know we have it in their words right here. They were crashing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon before. Okay. Do you know, like, how are your food cravings? Are you still wanting to reach for the cookies and the bread all throughout the day? Oh, now that you say that, like, now I notice, like, I'm not reaching for those things. And I'm like, there we go. That is our very first post. Day 3, first post, even though you haven't lost 25 pounds. We can talk about these things, and that is what we're going to do. And so that is something that I've found to be very helpful, is just really getting to know my customers before, like, and know their habits before they start. So that way, immediately in, I can help them, even sometimes when they don't realize, I can help them realize what they're seeing just a few days in, and then their whole everything. I feel like when their mindset, those very few difficult ones that I have, I feel like when their mindset shifts, I feel like everything starts to shift for them. And then it's like all uphill from there. It's crazy how that works, but I'm telling you, it works. So that is something I do. I take their words about their experience. If I have to take it, copy it and paste it into Chat GPT, if you have to do that, okay? Tell Chat, hey, this is a message that I got from my customer. She just started on the holistic GLP line, and I'm trying to make a copy and paste version of her words for Facebook. I don't want it to sound like a robot. I want it to sound like it's coming from her, and I want it to be real, as if she's talking to one of her friends. Boom. That's your first post for that person. Like, there you go. And that is something I do for every one of my customers, because my very first goal, as soon as somebody buys any of their Thrive systems, is to get them thriving for free. Immediately, we want that person, we want to take that financial burden away from them and help them get thriving for free. Usually within the first couple weeks, they are thriving for free, and then they're like, wow, this is amazing, this is great, like, I'm going to have so many credits less next month. But they're new people that are coming in now. Those are also your people to help. You don't just put their people at the back burner, right? Those are your new people. Like, you help bringing these people in, you get them helping thriving for free. And that's basically how I have started to really build up my PPA, is making sure that I am helping to take that financial burden from people and getting them thriving for free. I am one that I believe people should be able to get healthier and feel better without breaking the bank account. That is something I will always stand by, and that is something that I will always do my best to make happen.
I love
So,
that. I'm going to interrupt you.
okay,
So, you can breathe.
okay,
Anastasia said, and I know how I want to answer this, but I want you to answer this. She said, so you asked them to post that. And do most people not hesitate to do that? My people don't seem to want to post anything. So,
okay.
how would you answer that?
So, here's the thing, and at sometimes now you do got to get a little bold, and I tend to say things wrong, so hopefully you have a little bit, but it's they cannot. Oh gosh, Amber. Okay, so if somebody does not want to post about their experience and their product, it also has to be someone that can't sit there and complain about price and say that they can't keep up with it. Is all. Like, I don't. Okay, I'm trying to help you get this for free. Like, what better option? Um, I would just say then to them, we can get it for free. are you, unless do you want to pay full price? Maybe soften it up a bit because I'm bad with words. I'm bad with
Well,
like,
and I think in that, and I always tell people, I just don't want you to have to pay full price. That
yeah,
actually makes my stomach hurt.
right,
That's what I
right,
said to my people. I'm like, don't you dare not do auto ship. That makes my stomach hurt because you're spending money you shouldn't, that kind of
right,
thing. So,
right.
and Anastasia, what I'm curious of is so the people that I've had in the past that didn't post or didn't share, what changed for me was when I started writing their
Yes,
story or post for them. And similar to what Blair said, except for ChatGPT wasn't a thing then, I would just ask them, I'm like, hey, tell me what you're noticing so far, what you're loving about Thrive. And then I would be like, I have a girl that I've known her for 20 years, right? So I wrote the post and then she posted it. And I said, okay, so I've been watching my friend Amber for 12 years and I finally said yes. I want to try this crazy Thrive thing she has. Here's what I've noticed so far. I'm not drinking energy drinks. I'm not, whatever, right? Like the post. But it's the ones that I say, well, hey, will you go make a post? Will you go talk about it? A lot of times they're saying no because they don't know what to say.
that is it.
And
Mhm.
so it's like if you were asking a small child that you hadn't taught to tie their shoes yet to tie their shoes. They don't, they're going to say no. And they're not going to say, I don't know how. They're probably just going to say no because they don't know how. And so they're just not going to do it. And so you have to teach them to tie their shoes, which in the beginning you're tying their shoes for them. So that's probably what I would say and challenge those of you that are saying you have people that don't, we all have people that don't want to post. It's okay. But to change that up, I'm going to challenge you to start switching up the way that you're asking them to post. Okay, Blair,
Right.
go back to
And
people helping.
that's what I was gonna say. Maybe they think like they don't know how to do it. Let them know you will write the post for them. I kind of I yeah, like tell them like you can write the post for them. Um and then let them know it's not just going to be some generic copy and paste version of something that everybody out here is using. Like it's going to be based on their experience. And I think that kind of helps a lot too, because a lot of people I think are so used to whenever it comes to like direct sales and stuff, they've seen like where everybody has this same like pre-written copy and pasting, and I think that that's just yucky to them maybe. So make sure they know that the post, if they need help writing it, it's going to be based on their exact words and their exact experience, so it's not just some random thing that has nothing to do with them. I think that's a huge part of it too. Um, so I covered that. I did my notes this time just to keep. um, okay. Yep. Okay. So I will say that, okay, this, I had to write important under this because I almost forgot to write it down. Something, I have so many customers that have so much trouble with like technology, right? They do not know how to get in there and get their referral link. They just cannot figure it out. And once I started realizing that was becoming a common thing, something I do right from the very get-go when I'm helping somebody create their customer profile, we create the customer profile, I log in, and then I copy and paste their referral link into whatever chat, whether it's, if it's, we'll like go over to the DMs, I'll put it in there and I'll pin that to the very top. So it's so easy because I'm the one keeping up with the comments on these posts. I tell them I'll do the work for you. I'm the one keeping up with the comments. I'm the one messaging people about what it is they're using. I have to be able to get their customer referral link. And if that person is at work or can't figure it out right then, some people might get like aggravated. They don't want to wait around. Like if they're going to do it, they want to do it right now. And I've ran into that issue too. So now what I'm doing is immediately when I'm helping people create their customer account, I'm grabbing that referral link. I'm pasting it into our chat and I am saving it, pinning it to the top. So if whenever these people are making these posts, I have access to that immediately so I can help them get thriving for free. So that is something that I've just started doing here recently and it has helped tremendously. Um,
And I'm going to just kind of jump in on
I,
that.
yep.
So for those of y'all that are like, "Oh, that's such a great idea." It is. And you're like, "But where do I find their referral link or how do I figure that out?" So you can find that in your own cloud under their customer page, whatever their username is. You just put that in .labelle.com. And then I always do /register because it takes them directly to create the account. Just kind of depends on how the person creating the account is going to be. But yes, that is how you can find that easily if you're like, well, I don't know where to find that right now. Because your referral link is whatever your username is. So like I'm Cool Hair Chick because I was hair forever and that was my thing. And so Cool Hair Chick has just always been my username. So coolhairchick.le-bel.com. Always make sure you put the https:// Blair, are you typing that out and putting that in the chat?
Oh
Oh,
no, but I can.
I was like,
I was
that'd be
saying
great.
hey to Andrea. She's about to be my new promoter and she's
Because,
out
oh,
here.
okay, okay. But yes, y'all can put the https colon.
I
Yeah.
can put it on there though if you want me
Yes,
to.
put that in there so people can
Okay.
see what that would look like for
Okay.
username.
Okay.
And you can literally just put username so people know what, like visually see what we're showing. Um, and then that is how you can find that. That if you're like, I don't know what my customer's referral link is, she doesn't know what it is, she doesn't know how to get to her homepage, like, because we deal with all that, right?
Yeah.
This is how you find it for them. Okay, now, and then Blair, go into next.
I think basically like helping with the post, making sure that they realize that it's not some generic post that's going to be written, grabbing that referral link and saving it, checking in. I mean, you guys, my Thrive customers have literally become my family. Like all of you guys are we're the community, right? Like that first and foremost. Like I don't have a very tight knit relationship with my own personal family, and I really feel like I have been building this family with these customers, and it has. We all are just so just I don't know, the community. So I think maybe being there for them, being that community for them. I do have a customer support chat. Not a whole lot going on in there. Is like as far as it's getting better. I have noticed over the last couple of months we are starting to like cheer each other on. I like to try to do giveaways or like customer challenges. Hey, the first few people that can get a new referral, brand new referral this month, I'm putting you in a drawing to win such and such prize. I do that. Um, Things like that, but I really feel like just being there for them, being that community for your customers. um I know, well, and again, I don't want to say, like, I know back in the past it was all like promoter, 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 and I feel like maybe some of us, including myself, which is where I slacked and messed up in the past, was our customers are the backbone, you guys, and we really got to show them some love and let them feel loved and let them know that we're there for them. And that is really where I have honed in on this last time. Now, with that being said, I am ready to build a team. I am ready to get going. Um, but I just really feel like sometimes maybe these people just need to make sure that they know that they're loved and they're supported and that we're here for them. That's what I got. That's it. And I didn't cry.
You did so good. Okay, so I want to open it up now if anybody has questions direct. So if anybody wants to unmute. And I'm also going to answer a couple of these questions in the chat. So, okay, we have a Zoom user. I don't know who it is because it just says Zoom user. But I had commented, she basically said she was telling her promoter to put her link in her profile and copy and paste for postings. So yes, you can put the link in the profile. But what I was saying is I would not post or encourage to post your link like in a Facebook post. Like if you're making a post about Thrive, do not post your link. The problem is the algorithm doesn't like it. Facebook basically doesn't want you sending somebody to a different platform. So they're not going to show that post to as many people. So yeah, you want to just talk about it. You want to talk about the product. You want to talk about what it's doing for you and all the things, and then not, and then the link can be given directly to the people that are asking and commenting and reaching out and all the things. Yes, Debbie, yeah, Bethany answered that. She's talking about a customer chat, not a group. She's talking about just a chat thread. She's doing giveaways and things in her in just a messenger chat. Okay. Oh, everybody was waiting for you to cry. Um, in a good way. Yes. Okay. I think we're good on that. Anybody want to unmute and ask Blair anything specific? Or if you want to comment, or, hey, I tried this, I'm doing what she said, or I've done this and this works, or blah, 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 blah.
40 Tab is incredible. You're so amazing. I can't, like, I look up to you so much. And I'm wondering with 40 Tab, like, how are you doing your messaging during the day? Like, are you messaging all day? Do you kind of block off some time certain here and there to do it? Because I know you have other stuff going on, but you're so much on your messenger because you have that many tabs.
That's actually a good question. So some days I'm a little like hyper like active in my but obviously I am a single mom now right now, and there are other things going on. So what I do, are you referring to when I'm touching base with follow-ups, or when I'm talking to my customers that I already have? Which one? Like either, both? Okay. So
I
my
think just in
follow-up,
general, yeah, because
okay.
Sue has a lot of kids. She has an
Right.
amazing, she's blessed with just a beautiful family.
I know.
And so yeah, everybody's trying to figure out I have a job or I have this, and how do you manage that? Or are you all day?
No, no, I cannot. I can't do that all day. But I do. So as far as follow-ups, I try to follow up with with it like 5 to 10 people. But now if so my people who had just started, as far as keeping them in the loop and helping them, I have a list for somebody who has just ordered when their products arrive. Like, I'm checking on that. So those first starting people, I am checking on them a little bit more in that first week. So that's kind of how I am there, and not like having to be for everybody, and not having to keep my face in my phone all day. I will say some days I get a little bit obsessed, and I have to remind myself, like, yo, you got to walk away. I do have to do that. I do. um but for that, like, I have a list of people who are just starting. Those are my following up. Those are the ones I'm helping with their posts and things like that in Messenger. As far as somebody like I'm following up with before they have ordered, I'm, they if they haven't ordered yet, I'm just kind of checking in with 5 to 10 people in my follow up unordered list, a day, something like that. But yeah, that's a really good question, because I did find myself there for a while where I had my head in my phone all the time, and I realized that that is not practical, and that actually causes more stress here in the like home life. So I had to make sure that I was setting like 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes step away. You still got to do you. As much as I want to help all of these people, I still have to make sure that I'm here. So that's a good question. So yeah, like 15, 20 minutes or 10 follow-ups, or helping a few new customers that day, and then going in the next day and help, something like that. But yeah, no, I was there. So that is a very good question.
Well, and two, like we've all, like for me, I could be on my phone more now because my kids are grown and I have more time here and all the things. And but there were times like I know, and like Maria did this as well and still does. Um, the rule is if our kids are on the court or the track or on the stage or something, right? If we're at an event and we're like for motocross, it's all day event. Cheerleading, like competitions, those things, it's an all day event. But your kid's only out there for, 10 to 30 minutes or whatever. So you're not, my phone is in my pocket, not responsive when he's out on the track. But in between that time, like I have so many when I was like full growing this business and had brand new people coming in all the time. I was doing three-way calls and three-way chats in between his motos, and everybody's like, it sounds like a chainsaw in the background, but it was all dirt bikes. But like you can set the boundaries, but also know that you do have to be on your phone. Like to grow what you're doing, to be present with your family, you do have to be on your phone. And so, like, even for Blair, like without sharing her personal life, there's things that are just coming with the things they're going through. And there's times I'm like, it's so she's like, I'm gonna go be with my daughter. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, put your phone down, go be with your daughter. But then also you can say, all right, you've got me for an hour, and then I'm going to go work my business for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to, like I've always told people being open and honest with your kids and your spouse about what you're doing, what you're growing, and all the things. Because I had some people before they're like, oh, my husband tells me, not to be on my phone. He wants me to watch TV with him. And I'm like, okay, your husband's telling you he needs something from you, but at the same time, you can say, all right, you've got one show, and then I'm going to answer messages or I'm going to do this. Because what I've also learned in the 12 years of this business is some people say they're working their business and they're just scrolling doom scroll and they're in other people's drama and they're not growing their business. And I'll say, and I've done it too. And so I'll be like, are you working your business? Or are you doom scrolling in somebody else's drama? Like call yourself out and know like how much time you're allotting. I love Susan. I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. But I love Susan Kaufman. She sets timers. And so she will set a timer 15 minutes birthday messages or 15 minutes follow up referrals 15, whatever. Like she sets timers to do this and then goes and does whatever else she's got to do or needs to do. Okay, 15 minutes to pick up the guest room or 15 minutes to fold the laundry. Like she sets timers to stay on track. And then also that stops you from doom scrolling or getting sidetracked because you're like, oh crap, I only got 7 more minutes and I only sent two messages. So that I love that. I love the idea of that. And I've done that with the timers, and I think that helps and works really well. So, any other questions on that one or responses?
That was really good. That was very thorough. Thank you, Blair. And I like that you went into systems because that's kind of what I mean too. Is like I don't like answering important messages when my kids are needing something because they pull me away, and then I'm like really like frazzled. And so I'm like, so maybe I'm thinking like mornings or something, but like get those messages done. So thank you for the systems on that.
I love that. Hey, Suyan, also, I recently asked ChatGPT to help me with a system because I was like, okay, I need to be able, because if I'm too involved in team stuff, then I'm not doing personal growth stuff, right? And so I was like, I need help doing this. And it first told me, it said, to when you first wake up, don't answer any team messages and this and that, do this first. And I was like, I straight up told it, I said, that's not me. That's not going to work because if I have team messages, that means they need something. There's questions that I need to answer. So I'd rather go answer them. And then, and chat laughed at me and said, actually, that sounds very much like you. And yes, 10 minutes, answer team messages, and then 30 minutes personal growth. And then you could go back, so like it helped me kind of, but it also, it wasn't just telling me because I'm like, I can talk back to it. I can say that's not going to work for me, So just things like that. Just what if you have to talk out loud, talk to chat, whatever, like to kind of work and plan and be what works for you.
Absolutely. And with that being said, actually, so I did want to mention the fact that when we're talking to put new potential customers, just making sure that we're leaving like a 30, like we're giving them what they want to know within 15 to 30 seconds and not like I know we get excited. I get excited and I just want to tell them everything, right? Like I am known for that. So I had to really like make sure I bring it down like 30 seconds. Like, if they're asking about the GLP line, it is a very simple 4-step system that uses natural ingredients to boost the body's natural production of the GIP and GLP hormones. But it also is so much more than weight loss, yada, 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 gut health, energy, focus, those types of things. Just making sure we're also not word vomiting, like not losing people in that very first get go. Sorry, I had that on the back and I didn't see it because I used to be really bad about going into these like 4-minute voice clips and people were like, "Yo, what are you even talking about?" Sorry.
No, I get it. And actually, Paula said that. She said, I word vomit and scared them away right before you even said word vomit. We've all done it. We've all done it because like our stories are just so good and we're trying to narrow it and I don't want to say dumb it down, but we're trying to simplify it as much as possible, And so we want to keep that. Yeah, I keep whenever I'm in a three-way chat, I try to do like 60 to 90-second voice clip, like because I'm 12 years into yeah. So, all right. Thank you, Blair, so much. I appreciate you greatly. Go rock your business. Go close out the month. We're cheering you on. And everybody else, thank you so much for jumping on. The recording will go up sometime tonight. Bye, y'all.